early morning, running a little bit late to the gym, so let's get it, bro. In my Kendrick Lamar voice. So the rumor is Aaron Rodgers wants to sign with the Minnesota Vikings. All right, a lot of people thought y'all seen the last of Aaron Rodgers and Lions, community when Kirby picked him off at Lambeau. But the rumor is that Aaron Rodgers could be coming back. Something about the Vikings are 50-50 on, offering him a contract. J.J. McCarthy had to sit behind Sam Darnold, but it was a good thing because he got injured. Not sure who was winning that quarterback battle at the time, but they seemed very, very comfortable with Sam Darnold. Obviously, it's deja vu all over again with Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre going over there, and then Aaron Rodgers going over there. Right now, there are talks about him going to Pittsburgh. Obviously, the Giants have an opening. The Raiders chose to go with Geno Smith. So, Cleveland is good on Russ. So, Cleveland's opening to think about it is who would want him. You got to remember, Brett Favre didn't have a great stint with the Minnesota Vikings. With the Jets neither, and had a great season with the Minnesota Vikings. I think the reason he didn't continue to have more success in Minnesota, age played a factor, but it was the Bounty Gate game. With the New Orleans Saints in the NFC Championship game. But, it's a physical sport. They was physical with Brett. They beat them up, and they lost. I like that Minnesota Vikings team. I really don't have nothing against the Vikings other than we play them. Historically, I've said this before, they have a lot of players that are my favorite players of all time. Chris Carter, Randy Moss. I used to like Robert Smith, their running back, even though he was from Ohio State. Randall Cunningham. Dante Culpepper, he played with the Lions for a second. So they had some nice pieces, man. Antoine Winfield, he was a class act. Even though Harrison Smith, he's just a menace. But I respect this game, man. So historically, they've had some solid players, but when they play us, y'all know what it is. Nuck if you buck. But nonetheless, and they saying I'm just saying rumors out here, if he don't go to the Minnesota Vikings, that he could retire. And I think at this point, people are tired of his arrogance. I think him coming off as an asshole, and not the good asshole neither, the horrible type of know-it-all, narcissistic asshole. And that's the proper way to, describe a narcissist is Aaron Rodgers as he come off. I think a lot of people straight on him. And one thing I was looking at J.J. McCarthy, he looked kind of small at the end of last season. He looked kind of small. So, I didn't know he had I know he did this last year at Michigan. He had put some weight on. But he looked kind of small. So, maybe they want to give him some more years to develop. And that can't hurt him. That can't hurt him. Learned behind Sam Darnold, which was a good experience. He got injured. He sit behind Aaron. In the short term, it may seem like, I can't wait to play. It might be what's best for him. In my opinion, when, God got a role for you, a lot of people don't always understand why. Certain things got to happen for you to get to where you want to be at, or where you got to go, where the plan for it. So that might just be his road to victory. It was Patrick Mahomes' role. It was Aaron Rodgers' role. Sometimes that just may be your road to victory. But I get it. They feel like they got a team. They invested into the defensive line. They invested more into the offensive line. You plug Aaron in, you feel like you got a chance. The Jets has just been a Bermuda Triangle zone for quarterbacks. Whether it's Brett, whether it's Aaron, whether it's Sanchez, whether it's Geno, whether it's Darnold. A lot of them people that left and had great careers. So, with Justin Fields, nothing but the best. So, at the end of the day, it makes sense. I think Pittsburgh makes sense for him. Getting DK, Pickens and DK and Russ got a nice connection. DK and George got a nice Pickens. It might make sense to bring Russ back. So, I don't know. hear a lot about this Jackson Dart. Is he the quarterback at Ole Miss? I think that's who he is. But yeah, he can come back to the North. Shit, fuck it. Make it more spicy. But at this point, he's not Aaron Rodgers, 40 years old that he was at 36 years old. Physically, with the Achilles, that's hard. And playing in that snow. And all his options that seem to be open, it seemed to be outdoor teams outside of Minnesota. So if you ever had an injury or, you had lingering soreness in the cold, you feel that. You feel that shit in the cold. You feel it. Any little, nick, bam, former, a breakage, you feel it in the cold. You feel it. Any back tightness is worse than the cold. So obviously he would love to go somewhere where you may only have to go to the cold, in the division twice. Green Bay and Chicago. But if you get him early enough, it may not be cold in those places. So, but he's used to playing in the cold, playing in Green Bay. But if I had to be real, Minnesota, outside of the McCarthy factor, is a good fit. They got everything you need. He's a familiar running back in Aaron Jones. But personally, another good fit is Pittsburgh. Outside of being in the cold, they need a quarterback. They got the weapons, Pickens, DK. They probably got to find a running back. They let Najee go. Not sure. I think Warren is a restricted free agent. So yeah, once they get that part of the game figured out, I think they'd be fine, quite frankly. But yeah, shit, do it. Do it. That's my opinion. Do it. But I think that's the best route. That's the best route for probably for him. You want to go somewhere that's cold. Somewhere that's warm as far as indoors. But it do seem like you dick sucking. It do seem like you dick sucking Brett. I ain't gonna cap. It do seem like he following Brett footsteps, but it is what it is. With the Jets, Brett is a. Some people don't even give a fuck how they part. So, but yeah, shit, I'm all here for it. Be real. So, yeah, let me know what you girls and guys think. Check out the Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Hit the link tree. Find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Amazon, Kick. Which is Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo. Appreciate the love, support. Check out the Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Peace.